Two customers took out loans from a bank. Alice took out a 5-year loan of $5,000 and paid 4.3% annual simple interest. If you recall, the simple interest formula is I equals P times R times T, where P is the principal, I is your interest, R is your rate as a decimal, and T is time in years. So 4.3%, to turn that into a decimal, we move our decimal to the left 2 times. So that would be 0.043. 0.043 as a decimal. Now let's look at Matthew. So Matthew took out a 7-year loan for $5,000, but he paid 3.9% simple interest. So moving our decimal to the left twice, that would be 0.039. So make sure that you converted your percent into a decimal. Even though there was a decimal already in the problem, you still need to move your decimal point to the left 2 times. The question is, what is the closest to the difference between the amounts of interest Alice and Matthew paid for their loans? So difference means we have to subtract at the end. We are comparing Matthew and Alice. So let's do our formula, substitute solve for Alice and Matthew. Formula is I equals P times R times T because we are finding simple interest. So we have 5,000 times 0.043 times 5 years for Alice. Type that into your calculator. Again, it's just 5,000 times 0.043 times the 5 years. So the interest is 1,075. Matthew, the formula for simple interest is I equals P times R times T. So we have $5,000 for the principal. That's how much money you start with. The interest rate is your percent as a decimal and time is the years. So for Matthew, his interest was 0.039 and the time for Matthew was 7 years. Let's go ahead and multiply those numbers together. 5,000 times 0.039 times 7, and that will be $1,365. Now we want to find the difference between Matthew and Alice, so we're going to subtract both. And when we subtract, we get $290 difference. So we can eliminate C and D. However, amounts of interest paid, it looks like Matthew paid more money. So Matthew paid $290 more than Alice.